Okay, welcome, folks. We are back with another study into Hebrew, and I've been working on this Routledge program, which basically it's getting up into the intermediate Hebrew understanding language skill set, and it's been a good study. Okay, I have to enable live. Go live. User not enabled for live streaming. YouTube features, okay. Okay, I think what we need to do here is we'll go Facebook then. We can get rid of all this in time. R33C, that's what we need. Okay, I'll have to figure out that Facebook live streaming thing. What's going on with that? I'll edit out all the things that I need to edit out. So anyway, we're going to be working some more on this Hebrew. Okay. So what we've been doing here is basically I've been working on this Shiur Esrim Shalosh. But I think that Shiur Esrim Shalosh. Okay, that's Shloshim. Shlosh v'shloshim. Shlosh v'shloshim. Now let's figure out what 33 is.
שיעור 33.
33.
שיעור 33.
Shiur 33.
שיעור 33.
So basically, when you're doing numbers, I've been working on my numbers, trying to get my numbers memorized. Uh-oh, why don't we have capability here? Get in there. What are we doing? There we go. Okay, so basically looking at this right here. And so in Hebrew, to say a number, it's shloshim. So it's like shloshim is like 30, and then va-shalosh is plus 3. So that's how Hebrews are. The Hebrew deals with numbers. Shloshim v'shlosh. So this is lesson shloshim v'shlosh. So that's what we've been working on. And we did all of this, and we finished up with Targil Shalosh. Targil is like exercise. Targil Shalosh. Yeah, exercise 3.
תרגיל 3.
Targil Shalosh.
תרגיל 3.
All right, so what does it want us to do here? Hashalem bapualim. So complete the verb forms. Lahikanes. This would be lahikanes, I think, is the one that is let's see, is that the one that's lahikanes? Yeah, to enter.
להיכנס. להיכנס.
It's lahikanes. Lahikanes. Okay, so complete the verb forms. Lahikanes, I think it's late soaked or late socked. Late socked. Which is to go out.
לצאת.
Latsate.
לצאת. לצאת.
It's like letsate.
לצאת. לצאת.
Letsate.
לצאת.
Letsate. Okay. So we're looking at these two verb forms right here. And those are the ones we need. Let me get rid of this one, turn it green. Okay, and then uva milot and the words chayhas. I think that's in the words uva milot is like the words, and then chayhas has to do with the preposition. Uva milot chayhas. Hayahas. I bet you it's hayahas. One of these days I'll get that right.
ובמילות היחס.
Uva milot hayahas.
ובמילות היחס.
Okay, so uva milot hayahas this is like the preposition. So you've got mem, which is like from, or lamed is to or for, right? From something or to or for something. And uva milo is like the words and the words. Okay, so we've got mahak et mahak. Yeah, delete.
מחק.
Yeah, mahak. Remember that mahak word means delete. Mahak, delete. What are you deleting? This is untranslatable. It just points you somewhere to be deleting somewhere. Okay. So basically, it's pointing you to what are you deleting? Well, sometimes you might be deleting the definite article hey. So that might be what you're deleting, because in order to affix a preposition or hayahas, we might have to mahak, which is delete something, in order to make it grammatically correct. Im zarich, if needed. Notice it says im zarich, if needed. Okay, so this is going to be a very interesting study. Welcome, Lori. I'm glad you could join us this morning. We're going over some Hebrew, and you'll just have to pick up what you can. I don't know where you're at on it. How are you doing this morning? I don't know if you can hear me. I see. Okay, you're shalom and sleepy. Okay. Okay, well, maybe you'll learn a little something here, pick something up. I've been doing these classes for a little while, and I try to make them as entertaining as possible if you see my other videos. Okay. Safe trip. Safe trip. All right, so basically what this Targila Shalosh means exercise 3. And Lori, even if you're just at the beginning Hebrew level, if you pay attention, there'll be words that you'll be able to pick up, vocabulary words. For example, exercise, like a homework exercise, is the word targil in Hebrew, targil. And then basically how it's done is, let's say you've got exercise 2. In Hebrew, that would be targil shtayim, exercise 2. Exercise 3 would be targil shlosh. So shtayim for 2, shlosh for 3. And then targil stays the same because that's the word for exercise. And what we're doing in this section here is we're working through these exercises. And basically in Hebrew, you have 4 different words that if you've got a verb form, say like the child ran, then it would be, it could, in Hebrew, it would have to be changed or altered in such a way to be like he ran. But if it was a girl running, it would look different. It would be she ran. It would be a different word. And basically the construction would be the same. But if you were to say they, it would be a separate word. And so basically there's 4 words that you have to keep track of for every verb, which is why Hebrew is considered one of the more difficult languages. Okay, I hope your trip goes okay on your way back too. All right, so I'm going to just move through this here. So we have Elon, and this might be a proper name. Elon, like Elon Musk. And then Va'irit. So I think these are proper names. Elon Va'irit. Let's see, take a look at this. Elona ve'irit. Yeah, there we go.
Ayalon ve'irit. Ayalon ve'irit.
Okay, so it's not Elon, it's Elon.
Alon ve'irit.
Looks like it's not Elon, it's Alon. That's a proper name. And then va'irit is
Alon ve'irit.
Is a proper name. That sounds like it might be a girl. Hem havarim, they are friends. Hem havarim. Hem kavar, they. Hem havarim.
Alon ve'irit hem chaverim.
Okay, they are friends. Hem havarim, they are friends. Now, hem kavar.
Alon ve'irit hem chaverim. Hem kvar.
Yeah, hem kavar. This kavar word means already. So we got to fill in the blank now. This is like fill in the blank exercise. I think somebody else joined us here. Who's joining us? Melissa, okay. Welcome, Melissa. Welcome. Okay, so basically Alon and Irit are friends. They already are blank. We got to figure out which verb form goes in there. Is it to go out? Is it to enter in? Harbe zaman. So it's like much time. They are already something much time. Okay, so they already are. So what are the 2 verbs I have choice of here? We have the go out one. They are already going out. Oh, you know what this is? This is a dating situation. Alon is a guy. Irit is a girl. And basically it's just talking about how long they're going out. And if you talk about going out with someone, like a man and a woman are going out, they're dating, it uses this word right here. I think it's this one right here. Leitzat. Leitzat. Yeah, that's right.
לצאת. לצאת.
Letzet.
לצאת.
So it must have a serre under there. Or a, yeah, it's got a serre. Letzet. So let's say is, and they're going out. So the question is it to go out? Would that be proper? Or would it just say they are in the process already of just going out in that sentence? So remember, kavar means always. So this word right here means always. Hem is they. They are always, and we're going to use a form of this letzet. So I think it's going to be let's say im. Let's say im. I've got that chart up here somewhere. I have to use Pa'alim, I guess. There's another program, if you study Hebrew, you want to have. Very important. But let's say, there we go. Get this to work. It wants to be. Okay, so basically I'm looking on this chart here. I don't know if you can see this in the video, but it shows you all of the different verb tenses of go out. Now, going out can mean exiting a door. Going out can be dating. It depends on the context of what this word letzet means. To go out means you could be dating a girl, or a girl could be dating a boy, or it means simply in your conveyance, in your bodily conveyance. You are moving out the door somewhere. You're leaving the doctor's office, that kind of thing. All right, so what we're going to use here for this one, because it's talking about alone, the elite. Alone is the boy, elite is the girl. They are havarim. They're very good friends. Hema kavar, they are always, and we need to come up with the one that matches them, the going out part. They are always going out. That's what we're trying to say here. And then harbe zaman is all the time. They are going out all the time. Harbe zaman, harbe v'zaman. They're going out all the time. So which of the letzet are we going to use to match hem? Well, it's going to be yotzim, I believe, yotzim. And I'm going to put that in there. That's the form of letzet that we need to mean they are in process of going out all the time. It's always good to get some writing practice too. That's why I use this electronic pen. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Alon ve'erit. This is a proper name. This is a boy's name. Alon ve'erit. Erit is a girl's name. Hem havarim. They are friends. And continues on now. The next sentence. Hem tavar. They are always, and we just chose yotzim, right? Yotzim means they are always going out. Harbe zaman. What about they're always going out? They're going out all the time. Now, let's see if I got this correct. And I'll go to my answer key here. Okay, so we have, here's the answer key. Alon ve'erit, hem harvarim. Okay, so alon, erit, they are friends. Okay, hem kavar, they are always yotzim. That's correct. I picked that correct verb there. Harbe zaman. That's like, they're always going out a lot of time. Harbe is like much time. So all of this seems somewhat I suppose to some people it seems somewhat laborious, but if you can't improve in Hebrew unless you put time into Hebrew. It is a very time-consuming, it's somewhat laborious. Now, I really had quite a learning hump to get over, but once you continue to just, you got to apply yourself every day, put about an hour into Hebrew, with the exception of Shabbat. This is what I would suggest to you. If you want to become, now I've often said that if you don't have any Levitical blood, if you don't have any Levitical blood in you, then perhaps just leave it to the Levites. As I'm one of myself, my son lives in Jerusalem, and I do have Levitical blood. In fact, we back that up with genetic studies too. So there's a particular type of blessing that's given to Levites, that they were chosen among all the people to be the priests of Israel. Even though we are under the Melchizedek priesthood, nothing disannulleth. That's what the scripture says about covenants. Nothing disannulleth. So even today, the Jews have particular aspects of Judah and Benjamin and Levi, but there's also many elements of Levi in the house of Israel, of which I'm part of the house of Israel, because my house was cast away and then brought near again in Messiah. So when I came together in Messiah, when I accepted Yeshua Messiah and his blood cleansed me of my sins, then what happens is in each person, those tribal blessings come to play. If you're of Naphtali, tribal blessing comes to play. If you're of Reuben, tribal blessing. If you're of Joseph, tribal blessing. If you're of Dan, tribal blessing. All of that, what you see is there's more than just you now have access to the kingdom of light through Yeshua. It's while we're on this earth, previous blessings pronounced all the way back to Genesis 49 are pronounced on you. And this is why we see so many different categories of giftings in the body of Messiah. All right, I get myself going down a rabbit trail sometimes. Let's look at number 2 here. We are looking at the 2 verb forms, lehikanes and veletseit. All right, so Hagi Ohev. Okay, so this is a proper name, Hagi Ohev. Hagi likes. At what does he like? Hader Shalo. Hader Shalo. I think that Hader is might be his room. I think it might be Hader. Hagi Ohev et Hader Shalo. Yeah, he likes his room.
I אוהב את החדר שלו.
We need Hagi, not Hi. All right.
חגי אוהב את החדר שלו.
Notice how they pronounce Haggai.
חגי אוהב את החדר שלו.
Yeah, Haggai Ohev et Hader Shalo.
חגי אוהב את החדר שלו.
Okay, so this Ohev is likes. Haggai is the name of a guy. And what does he like? This et right here is untranslatable. It just points you to where the action is happening. And so where is the subject? It's basically the subject, rather. In other words, it connects where the action with the subject. And then Hahader is the room and Shiloh belonging to him. That's what that's saying. So he likes his room, essentially. All right, so Hulo Ohev, he does not like. So we have to surmise something here. You have a young man by the name of Haggai. He likes his room. He does not like, well, by logical extension, what could we put in that blank? Well, if I know him like some of the teenagers I had, they didn't like to leave their room. They're busy playing their video games. You won't see them. You won't see them come out of their room until they're hungry or they're thirsty or they have to go to the bathroom. And they will hold off. This is the way it is with teenagers. They'll hold off even going to the bathroom to the last possible moment if they're engrossed in a video game. So basically, we need to come up with a word that means they don't like to leave. They don't like to exit their room when they're busy and they're entertained, right? That's kind of how teenagers are. So hula ohe, so he does not like to what? So I think we're going to look for the one that is to go out. He doesn't like to exit. Let me double check this real quick here. Lihikanes. Yeah, that's the enter one. And we need the one which is letsate. Yeah, he doesn't like to go out.
לצאת.
Okay, so remember that we have to find the form of lechsate, which means to go out, which matches him. Who is him in Hebrew? We have to figure out what is the form that matches him. Well, I just happen to have this little handy dandy chart right here, which tells me which one we use. And so we're going to be using yotse, which means him. Okay, so hulo ohev yotse. So he doesn't like to leave. He doesn't like to go out. Hulo ohev yotse. Okay, so he not like going out. He doesn't like to go out. He doesn't like to leave his room. All right, so let's see if I'm right about that. Number 2. We'll double check the answer key. Oh, wait a minute. I think I got that one wrong. I should have put to go out. He doesn't like to go out. I forgot that lamed there. But I'll try to remember that the next time. So here's Hagi Ohev et Hahader Shelo. So Hagi likes his room belonging to him. The Shelo literally means belonging to him. It describes the shell word. It describes it's affixed to him. It belongs to him. And then hula ohev, and then latzit, which he doesn't like to go out. So I should have been mindful of that and put the entire verb form in there. All right, so there it is for you guys. This is why I go through this material as time consuming as it is, because if you want to become excellent at anything, you're going to make mistakes. And then little by little, you are sharpening things. You're sharpening things in your understanding. All right, so number 3, what do we have? Lamatem lo. So I think this is why are you all not? Lama is like why, I think. Lama atem lo. Yeah.
למה אתם לא? למה אתם לא?
Yeah, lama atem lo. So lama atem lo. So why are you not what? We got a blank here. And now we got to see what the subject is. Hakita. I think that's the class probably. And I would say that niknas hakita. That might work. I think we're going to use this entering one, which is lahikanes. That's the verb form, but it needs to match atem, which is you all. So I think it's not going to be niknes. I think it's going to be niknasim. Niknasim. Yeah. Why don't you go to class?
למה אתם לא נכנסים הכיתה?
Okay, so in this case, we're using the enter verb, not the exit. So we're going to use niknasim, because why are we using niknasim? Because we're using a plural. It's talking about a plural group of people. If it was just one person and singular, the entering in, the coming in would be niknas. Or if it was just a single girl entering in, it would be niknaset. See, so there's 4 different, you have to match the gender and number in Hebrew, extremely important. So niknasim. You have a samach, a yod, a mem sofit. Okay, so what we have here is lama atem lo. Why are you all not niknasim, going, plural, hakita, going to the classes? Now, this is interesting because it makes it somewhat if I were to put lahikanes in there, why are you all not to go the class? And I'm wondering whether it should be lahikanes or niknasim. So I'll have to see what that is. Okay, guys. Akshav kavar. Okay, so now it is always, let's see. Akshav kavar, I think it's always what? 12 o'clock. Akshav kavar, 12.
עכשיו כבר 12.
Stem Isra.
עכשיו כבר 12.
Okay, so now, so basically it's already 12 now. Akshav is like now, it's already 12. In other words, why aren't you getting into class? It's already 12 now. That's what it sounds like something maybe a teacher would say to a bunch of students, right? Why aren't you going to class? It's already 12 now. Akshav kavar es.
עכשיו כבר 12. עכשיו כבר 12.
Eshtem Isre. Okay, so 12 is Eshtem Isre. So my question is it going to be Nik Nasim or is it going to be Lahikanes? I think I'm right on this. Nik Nasim. That means going to. Oh, you know what? I was wondering where that lamed was going to come into. Lama atem lo niknasim. Okay, that's right. I knew there would have to be a to or a for, a preposition in there somewhere. So I did get the word right, niknasim. Okay, lama atem lo niknasim. So why are you all not going? And so there's got to be a lamed put in there. La kita. So basically, that's right, because in the exercise, it says sometimes you have to take the definite article hey out and replace it with the preposition, which means to or for. Okay, la kita. Akshav kavar esrim shtayim.
עכשיו כבר 12.
Shtem esrei.
עכשיו כבר 12.
Yeah, shtem esrei.
עכשיו כבר 12.
Okay, that's 12. That's the word. That's the number 12. Shtem esrei. All right, so that I learned a little bit there. I got to make sure I watch out for those. All right, we are now on number 4. Anaknu lo rotzim. We do not want. Anaknu, we, lo rotzim, do not want. What don't they want? Here's a blank space here. Let's see here. Hamisadeh hahazot. We don't want this meal. I think that's what that's saying. Hamisadeh hahazot. That sounds like picky eaters, doesn't it? Hamisadeh hahazot.
המסעדה הזאת.
Yeah, hamisada.
המסעדה הזאת.
Oh, okay. In this case, it has to do with a restaurant. We don't want to go to this restaurant, probably.
המסעדה הזאת.
They don't like the restaurant. That's the meal and the misadeh is very, very similar. But hamisada would be like a restaurant. Hamisadeh would be like a meal. So it's the words are very close in their subject. It's just a slight alteration, changes the meaning slightly, but it's all within the basic understanding that this has something to do with food, has something to do with eating time. So hamisada hazeh is like the restaurant, the this. And so in English, it would just be this restaurant. So basically, it sounds to me like they don't want to go to something. So we're going to use this this verb form here, lahikanes, which is going to or entering in, lahikanes.
להיכנס. להיכנס.
Lahikanes. Okay, lahikanes. So what is the form that we need for lahikanes? I think we're going to use the one that matches a naknu, which is us. Lahikanes. Okay, so it's going to be take a look at this here. Lahikanis. I think this means enter in. We need to enter in one. Yeah, to enter. Lahikanes. Okay, to enter. So if we're going to use a naknu, it's going to be nik nasim, I'm pretty sure. And then we got to get rid of that hey. So nik nasim. Here's a noon, a hey, a yod, lahi, kanes. We've got a noon with a samic. Okay, so we don't want to enter. We don't want to enter ha misada haze, this restaurant, to the restaurant. So we don't want to be entering, and we're going to get rid of this hey and put a lamed there. So I think that's right. I think we're going to see a naknu lo rotzim. We do not want nik nasim. We do not want to go into, and then the two is lamed here, and then connected to masida, the restaurant, and hazot is the this. So it's like this restaurant. So let's take a look at our answer key. All right. Okay, there it is. Anaknu lo rotzim. We do not want lahikanes. Oh, look at this. They're putting the whole form there. I kind of felt, in the back of my head, I kind of thought, darn, why shouldn't I put the whole form there? Because it's like to enter. But it's almost like a double entendre because it's saying to enter to the restaurant. So you're saying to and to, but apparently, even though it looks somewhat disjointed, grammatically, this is correct. Lahikanes is the entire verb form of to enter, but they're taking out the hey on the next word and they're inserting a preposition. So it's like to enter to the restaurant. Doesn't that sound a bit redundant? If you were to say to enter the restaurant, that sounds a little better because you don't need that extra to in there. But guess what? That is proper Hebrew grammar. All right, so I learned something there. Lahikanes, la misada hazot. Okay, it looks like there was a second part of this that I missed here. Let's switch back here. Okay, so what did I miss? Okay, so anaknu lo ohevim ota. So we lo, the anaknu is we, lo, do not, ohavim, we don't like ota. Now, why are they using ota in reference to a restaurant? Well, because a restaurant, remember, everything in Hebrew is gendered, masculine or feminine. Why wouldn't they use oto? Well, that would be like in reference to his something. Or how about otem? It would be like them something. But ota is like, it's like to her. We don't like her. But it's in reference to the restaurant because the restaurant has its own gender. And the restaurant is gendered in female. So this is why they're using ota. Anaknu lo ohovim ota. So we do not like ota. We don't like it. Now remember, we're not saying her. If it's an inanimate object and not a person, it would be ota, but it would mean it. It. but it's a feminine form of it in translation. So that would make better sense, right? We don't refer to a restaurant as her. Now, some people might refer to their boat as her, and they have a choice to say, or they might say, we ohavim her. They would say like, anaknu ohavim her, even though technically it's inanimate. But have you ever heard of how people refer to their sports cars as she's a real, how's that song go? She's real fine, my 409. You ever heard that? She's real fine, my 409. Da, 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 da. I think that's a Beach Boys song, isn't it? Well, in Hebrew, otah can, even in the vernacular, we can translate it as her, but it's inanimate. And what is the inanimate part here? It's hamisadah. That's the restaurant. So people don't typically refer to their restaurant as her. They refer to their restaurant that they don't like as it, right? Because it's not a person, it's a thing. Okay, welcome, Giacomo. Welcome. Okay, so that's what we got there. So let's go down to number 5. Let's see, Hashanah Akita Shel Udi. I think it's Udi is a proper name here. Okay, so Hashanah, the hour of the class belonging to Udi. Don't worry, Giacomo. Whatever you can soak up, and if you gotta jump off, that's fine. No worries. So let's see here. I think that Hashanah Hakita Shel Udi. Okay, so this this year.
השנה הכיתה של אודי.
Okay, so this year, the class. So what we have here is Hashanah, the year, Hakita, the class, shall, belonging to who? Udi. So it's like this in English. Okay, Udi. This is a guy's name. This year, the class belonging to Udi, and here's a blank here. And we've got to figure out what goes in there. It's going to be one of these two, 1 and 2. It's going to be one of these. Which one? Okay, Latiul Shel Shalosh. Okay, so I think that Latiul is, I wonder if it means to fly. I think that Latiul is fly. Latiul. For a trip. Okay.
לטיול.
Yeah.
לטיול.
Latiul. Okay, this has to do with going on a trip right here. Latiul. So they are, I think it's going to be this one right here, going to. So it's going to use this lahikanes verb here. So we don't need this one. We're going to focus on this one that's in red here, lahikanes. And so we're talking about simply one individual, Udi. So Hashanah Hakita Shel Udi. So this year, the class belonging to Udi, actually it's not Udi as the subject, it's the class. That's the class, because that's where the focus of the action is. It's the class. So the verb lahikanes, which means to go somewhere, has to reflect the class. That's everybody, right? So it's going to be like a hem form. So let's take a look on our pa'alim. And I think we're going to be using niknasim, meaning that their class is going, and they've already got the lamed here, right? So to where? To a trip, on a trip. It could be tiul, which is to the trip. Shel, shalosh, yomim. I think this has to do yamin for 3 years, belonging to 3 years. We'll take a look at that in a minute. But let's put this niknasim in here. So niknasim means to go to. We have Samik, Yod, Mem, Sofit. Okay, so far we have Hashanah, let's see, this year, Hakita Shela Udi, the class belonging to Udi, Nik Nasim is going, they are entering La Tiul, a trip, to a trip, Shel 3. Okay, so what I'm going to put that in here. Shalosh Yomim B'Negev. Okay, for a 3-day trip in the Negev.
לטיול של השלוש ימים בנגב.
Yeah, B'Negev. Okay, so B'Negev, they're going for a trip for 3 days. So remember, it's just saying this is the year. Hashanah means this is the year that the entire class belonging to Udi. Remember that the subject really is the class here. That's what determines the number and the gender of all action verbs. This is why we're using niknasim, which is they are going to, right? Letiula shel shalosh yamim b'negev. So they're going to the class belonging to for 3 days. So shalosh yamim is like days, right? Belonging to 3 days, b'negev, in the Negev. So that's what they're saying there. Let's take a look at this here. We should see niknasim in number 5. Okay, so number 5, we have Hashanah Hakita Shel Udi. So this year, Hakita, the class, shall belonging to Udi. Oh, look at this one right here. They've got Yotzat. So that's somewhat mysterious there because it should be talking about the class is going. Yotzat. I think they've got this wrong. I hate to correct a guide, but the Hebrew text, but I think this could be wrong. If they didn't have this part and they said Hashanah Udi, this year, let's see, the class belonging to Udi, they've got Yotzat. Latila Shel Shalosh Yamim B'Negev. Okay, so let's take a look what they're getting at here. Oh, wait a minute. They're not saying, you know what they chose is not to enter, it's exiting. They chose the exit one. Son of a gun, look at that. Yotzat, and that equals he. Yotzate. Wait a minute here. Yeah, they've got Yotzet. Okay, I know why, because it is the class. I see what's going on here. I thought they were going, but this is basically saying they are not going. So this is the question right here. I knew that was the subject, Hakita, and I should have looked this up. It's feminine singular. A class is feminine singular. So I got the verb form wrong because I thought they were going to the trip for 3 days to the Negev. But apparently is they are leaving the trip. But I don't see a from there. So that's somewhat mysterious. I'll have to ask my Hebrew expert to figure out why in the world that's using yotzat. Yotzate rather. Which matches it. And the it is Hakita. All right, guys, that is puzzling to me. So basically what they're trying to say is this. Let me put the whole thing in for you. Hashanah Hakita Shel Udi Yotzet Latil shel shalosh yamim b'negev. Okay, let's see. This year, Audie's class is going on a 3-day trip to the Negev. Yotzeit. Now they're saying is going. That's really the idea that I thought it was conveying here. But let's take a look at the two. Looks like I assumed correctly. The question is, which of these? Lehikanes. Oh, going. Okay, so it was it should have been Lehikanes. Right. Which is to go in, to enter in. So the question is, sometimes I've caught some mistakes in this guide. To exit, to go out. They're using, I wonder if they're using this one here in the green to mean they are going out on a trip, as if a boy takes a girl out on a date. So that's a little confusing, because lahikanes means to come in. And I guess that would make sense. If you're going on a trip, you're going out, right? So that's okay. So that had me a little tripped up there. I'm learning a lot from this. I hope you guys are too. Okay, so look at this one right here. Go on a trip. Latzeit, latiul. Okay, so this is to trip. Latzeit, latiul. Has to do with go on a trip. Any comments on this so far? Did I lose everybody? It's not exactly the, for some people, it's not exactly the most enticing, or I don't know. It's not the most entertaining subject for some people. I get entertained on it a lot, personally. Okay, thank you, Giacomo. It says, I'm pretty lost, but I see that I'll have to start my lessons all over again. That's all right, brother. Hey, look at the, look, I've got all the videos for this guide all the way back to the very first lesson. It's on the YouTube. And so just follow those along. And I guarantee you, if you watch those videos and you have a pad of paper and a pen, you are going to get to this level. I don't know how many videos there are. There might be 40 or 50 of them on this section. You'll get to this level. So that is a combined amount of time of 50 hours, maybe. 50 hours, you'll be to this level of Hebrew. Okay. Let me put the link in there. All you got to do is go to HM Israel, Israel.com. Okay. And under YouTube, hit that YouTube button, and there it is. Okay. And then you go to videos and you scroll all the way down, and you want to find Routledge. These are the Routledge, Unit 2, Lesson 26C. Here's Routledge. Let's see. This might be the start of the Routledge here. Let's see, what would be the first one here? Yeah, this is still Routledge here. This is Unit 2. They're kind of mixed up. You got to just figure out what's what. If it says Shior on there, that means that this is the Routledge program. How many videos? What I really need, there it is right there. There's the first one, Routledge 1. And that was a year ago I did that. a year ago. So that's where you start. And let me I'm gonna put this in the text box for you guys. If you want to start from the beginning, that's where you go. Okay, and what's the channel? Just go to hmisrael.com and click on YouTube. It'll get you right here. Hebrew Messianic Israel. I've got this. This is my quick link here at HMI 777. Put that in there in the YouTube text field. It'll take you. I think it'll take you right here. I'm pretty sure. I could be mistaken about that. Okay, so now let's see what time we've got. I feel like time's slipping by. I try not to go over an hour. Oh, we got 55 minutes. All right, what I'm going to try to do is do these last four here. Okay, so we've got Kol Hayom, every day, studentim, the students, blank. Let's see, Hamisrad. I think that's the office, right? And I bet you it has to do with entering the office. So I think it's going to have to do with this one, Lahikanes. The students, Niknasim. I bet you it's Niknasim. Kol hayom studentim Niknasim hamisrad. Yeah.
כל היום סטודנטים נכנסים המשרד.
Yeah, every day students enter, all the day students enter the office. And what? What are they doing? They're entering the office and exiting the office. So it's going to be so all the day students are entering the office and they're exiting the office. And so we're going to come up with we got to have this other one here. We're using both of these, lahikanes and latzet, which means to exit, to go out. So I think it's going to be if it's talking about student team, it's going to be what is it? Yotzim hamisrad.
כל היום סטודנטים נכנסים המשרד, יוצאים המשרד.
Yeah, okay, so all day students enter the office and leave the office. So basically what we've got here is niknasim, all day studentim niknasim. Noon, chaf, noon. Samek, yod, mem, sofit. Okay, so they're entering, they're coming in to the office. Hamisrad, the office. Va, and what are they doing? They are yotzim. Okay. Oh, I forgot my aleph there. There we go. They are yotzim. They are exiting hamisrad. They are exiting the office. So let's take a look at that. We should have niknasim and yotzim for our answer. All right, so kol hayom, student team, all the day, students, there it is, niknasim. Oh, look at this, they put a preposition there, to the office. Now in English, it sounds perfectly correct to say students are entering the office. We don't usually put a to there, right? We don't say students are entering to the office. That sounds a bit disjointed, but in Hebrew, it's important to have that part there. So literally, it sounds a bit disjointed in the sense that kol hayom studentim niknasim, all the day students are entering, and to say hamisrad is the office. Why not use that? But they're saying in proper Hebrew, it's la misrad. to the office, are entering to the office. And then vayotzim, okay? And look at this, they put the mem there, from the office. See, in English, you could just say they're exiting the office, and that conveys the concept. But in Hebrew, it is going out, and then going out what? From the office. You see what I'm saying here? Hebrew is more particular in its grammatical structure. So this kind of thing I'm going to have to work on a little bit more. Making sure I change the prepositions to match the verb form. All right, number 7. Ehud lo, let's see, Ehud does not what? Ha'erev, something about the evening. He doesn't like, let's see, ki yesh lo, because there is to him harbe ovadah. Okay, so there's a lot of work. Because there's a lot, Ehud does not, let's see, ha'erev does not, how about this one? Ehud lo yotze ha'erev ki yesh lo harbe ovadah. Okay.
הוא לא יוצא הערב כי יש לו הרבה עבודה.
Okay, so Ehud. Yeah.
אהוד לא יוצא הערב כי יש לו הרבה עבודה.
Okay, so basically it's going to be this one here. We're going to use, he does not like going out at night. At night. So we're going to use yotze. Okay, so we're talking about Ehud. This is masculine singular. Does not like going out at night, ha'erev, ki yesh lo harbe, because there is to him harbe, a lot, ovadah. There's a lot of work. See? He's not going to go out and have fun at night because there's a lot of work for him to do. So I'm pretty sure that's what they're looking at. Now, I hope they're not going to say to the evening and add a preposition in there to trip me up. Ehud lo yotze, that's correct. Ha'erev, he does not like going out at night. Ki yesh lo harbe ovadah, because there is to him harbe, a lot, ovadah, work. Because there is to him harbe, a lot of work. All right, yeladim, children, bevakasha. Let's see, children. I think bevakasha, this is like a teacher situation. A teacher saying to the kids, yeladim, bevakasha, children, please what? Please what? Maybe it's saying come in now. Ani zarich, I need. Oh, no, it's saying go out. It's please leave now, because the teacher is saying ani zarich le'avod. I need to work. I need to work. So we're going to choose the going out one, which is, I think it's going to be this one right here. So it's going to be yotze, I bet you. So let's double check it. Yeladim bevakasha yotze akshav. Yeah, children, please leave now.
ילדים בבקשה יוצא עכשיו.
Actually, I think it's going to be, why would it be yotzim? Yotzim.
ילדים בבקשה יוצאים עכשיו.
Okay, yeah, because it's going to match children, yeladim. So we got to remember, you have to match gender and number. So this is what it's going to look like, a yotzim. Okay, so please leave. They're in the process of leaving, akshav, now. And here's the teacher now. This is from perspective of the teacher. Ani zarich le'avod. I need to work. Okay, so that's what we should see there. Let me make sure you guys are able to, yeah, you're able to unmute yourselves. Okay, let's see here. Oh, wait a minute, look what they've got here. Yeladim bevakasha, children, please. And they've got letsate. I need to work now. Look at that. They included the to work now. So it's like the whole verb together. So, right, because if I were to put yotzim, children, please, working now, that doesn't make sense because it's the teacher that's talking and it's singular masculine. So this is more correct. This is why I do these exercises to get more correct on Hebrew. And so they're using a letsate. I need to work now. So we're not using see, when you say he is working, it's a process, it's a current process of working. But in this case, it's saying to work. It's a general sense of to work. Let's say here, and then akshav. So I didn't quite get that right, but I'm starting to get, with the practice, I'm starting to get used to it. Ani zarik le'ovod. Ani zarik le'ovod. I need to work. All right, guys. I would say my score is like a 90 percentile somewhere in there. I don't know. Maybe you guys will grade me lesser. Have mercy on me. Annette Lowe. Annette does not what? Blink. Habaita. She does not like, it's probably going to the house. To go, habaita. Does not like going to hubby. Ki aim, because there is not la for her. Miftak. I haven't seen that in a while. Ki ain la miftak. Mefitak. Nope, not that. There is not to her. What is that word? Mem, fe, tet, het.
כי אין לה מפתח.
Yeah, ki ein la miftech.
כי אין לה מפתח.
Because she does not have a key. Okay, so what's going on here? Annette does not go, she's not going to something. Habaitao. It's not going, I think this is going to knock out here and we're going to put a lamed there. I'm starting to catch on here a little bit. So I think it's going to be, it's going to be this one right here. Going to. This one's going out. This one's entering in. So I think it's going to be nik naset. Nik nasate. Nik nasate.
נכנסת. נכנסת.
Yeah, nik naset. I think that's right because we're talking about Annette, which is a girl. So here's Annette. She's a female. Does not come to the house. We've got a noon, a chaf, a noon. You see why I write? It's important because you want to have all four modalities in operation. She is not coming, and we got to get rid of this hey here. And we got to change it with a lamed to the house. So it's la baita. She is not coming to the house. Annette lo niknaset la baita. She's not coming to the house. Ki ein la mifta. I think that is key. That has to do with a key. Ki ein la mifta. It's mem, fe, and it's ket. It's a key.
כי אין עליך מפתח.
La.
כי אין לה מפתח.
Mefteach.
כי אין לה מפתח.
This is kind of a new one for me. Mefteach. Key. Mefteach. There is not to her. So we have a key because there is not to her mifteach, a key. So she doesn't come to the house. We should see niknaset and a lamed here on the last one. Let's hope I can get this right. After all these exercises, Seems like I guess something right here. Okay, a netlo niknaset. Well, I got the niknaset right, but I thought you would say to the house. They're saying entering the house. Oh, isn't that something? I got more work to do on this, guys. They're saying it just simply should be entering the house. Well, why wouldn't it be entering to the house? Why wouldn't you say la bait? I don't know there, baita. This might be the hay of direction, that's why. That might be the hay of direction, which means, yeah, it has to do with coming toward a house. So maybe that's why they've chosen not to put a lamed there. So it's like, she's not entering toward the house. She's not going toward the house, right? So maybe that's why they don't put a lamed there and they keep the hay, habaita. Okay, but this is okay here. Ki ena la miftach, which is because she does not have a key. So she doesn't even bother going in the direction of the house because she doesn't have a key. All right. Wow, that was a heady bit of work there. But if you don't work through it, you will not get better at Hebrew. I guarantee you. You have to work through it. All right, let's get rid of all this. Next time, we're going to work on some other stuff. All right, guys. Very good. I appreciate you guys joining me. Any last comments before we close? I think we've got about an hour here on this thing. Hour and 10 minutes. My goal is to improve the Hebrew learning of the General Assembly of Yah. I really want to do that, and it's an exploration of myself too. It's a discipline for myself. You know, the Bible says a workman enters. He works on his craft. A workman works on his craft. Yeah, Giacomo, I can help you as whatever. I'm not an expert on Hebrew, but I do have two people I can resort to on Hebrew that are experts. They're above me. My son, who lives in Jerusalem, is an expert. He's beyond me, which actually, as a father, I'm kind of proud of. You want your kids to excel beyond you, right? If you have children, it's like, if they do better than you, you're like sitting here. That's mine. That's mine out there doing that. Yeah, I'll help you with your bar mitzvah, brother. No problem. Whatever help I can lend. All right, guys. I hope to see you for another study. We're going to be doing Lilith at some point. Remember, our Lilith series has a lot of interesting things, and you can see all of the videos on that website there, hmisrael.com. Remember that. You'll see the calendar. You'll get the calendar there. You'll get the YouTube channel. You'll get everything you need about what's going on. It's not just me doing this. We have several ministers presenting different elements. And so if you look at that calendar, how many organizations have a calendar that full? We have people competing for time slots, okay, to present this kind of material for all of you, and free of charge. Freely we have received, freely we give. And this is our master's attitude, shouldn't it be? All right, guys, you guys have a great day. And with that, Alt Q, I will say shalom, shalom.